Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends. And yes, that man is back in the starting lineup. Of course, Sonny Aluko. And we are here today because we face Peterborough at home at 12:30 kickoff. So a much shorter, abbreviated pre-game show. Apologies for that. And sadly, I am not at Portman Road, as you can probably tell. One reason or another, all is well, but for one reason or another, could not make it today. We'll call it personal reasons. And I'm looking forward to spending the afternoon watching Town hopefully grab 3 points, get back to winning ways. I'm not bothered about the display, just how many points we can get. Before we go any further, please do hit the like button. It really does help the platform out. If you're watching on Facebook, it's the like button. If it's on YouTube, it's the thumbs up button. Either way, get involved. And of course, there's a live chat for you all to get involved and have your say on the starting 11, which player you think we'll be talking about come full time, the player of the match. They can be different if you like. I often ask them to be different. Score predictions, team thoughts, all of those little nuggets we'd love in the live chat. We've got Heidi, welcome in Heidi, got Jem, Wazza, good afternoon. Mike the Fisherman's ill in bed, might get well soon, my man. Wrap up warm, get that heating on, look after yourself. Health is the most important thing. Jem, afternoon from North Wales, good afternoon. I bet it's mildly cold in North Wales, do let us know. 3 points today for Town. As a proud Welshman, good luck to England tonight. And then you replied with Dankeschön there, German, thank you. So I'll just say thank you. Thank you very much. Right, joining me this afternoon. Oh, Max Fax tuning in from Melbourne. Well, tuning in not quite from a sunnier place as Melbourne is, of course, my contributor for today, and he is the artist, Curtis Yates. Curtis, welcome. How are you?
All good, mate. All good. How are you?
Not quite as warm as Melbourne, right, where you are?
No, I can see where the Aki Stanley game's been called off because we're about. I'd say we've got at least about 4 or 5 inches of snow up here. Like it's absolutely chucked it down overnight. It was sopping wet last night, and then I went to bed at 1 a.m, late night for me. It still seemed just sopping wet, and I woke up this morning. And it was absolutely, like I say, it's about 4 or 5 inches deep. It just I won't be going out there. I won't be going out there today, and I'm not surprised the players aren't either.
No, absolutely not. So obviously, Accrington Stanley's one of the 3 games called off in League One today. But we're here to talk about Ipswich, and here is your lineup for today's game. It is Walton in goal, Danasian, Wolfenden, Burgess and Burns, Morsey, Humphreys, Davis, Chaplin, Aluko and Jackson. We'll start not with the obvious, because we just start with a comment in the chat here, Curtis. Jackson scores a brace today and silences his critics. Jackson in the lineup. It looks to me like he could be leading the line. He probably is. What are your thoughts on Caden, the GOAT Jackson, in the lineup?
I mean, he does have pace to burn. I mean, the finishing is rather questionable, but for me, there is pace there to burn and tire out a defence. I don't know whether that's our game plan to hopefully tire out their defence. Might try and play pace against pace, really, and then bring the Dapper on to maybe muscle the defence in the dying embers. But he's got to start showing somewhat of a finishing mentality, because it is starting to get a bit repetitive and a bit boring with Jackson, because the quality is in there, dying
somewhere,
at some point, but it's just so inconsistent. And unfortunately, he's never really had that amazing run. Well, I suppose, unless you count his time up in a top 2 with Norwood like a couple of seasons ago, whatever it was, unless you count that. But he's never really had an amazing run of top form. So, I mean, it'd be good to see him score 1. It'd be great to see him score 2, but I'd just be happy to see a 1-0. I'd just be happy to see a 1-0, and hopefully he can get off the mark in this match today again.
Wazza would like a striker who works hard and stands still like the Dapper. Wazza, is that you in the comments there on Twitter? Look, is that you? Just under Stephen. Let us know in the chat. Chris Boyd, is it the first time we've tried a Chaplin, Aluko, Jackson frontline? I think it is. I might be wrong on it, but I think it is. I can't remember too many times if there has been in the past where we've done that. Burnley FC forever welcoming Burnley. Hi lads. I think the Town would beat Posh 2-0. I'd take that every day of the week. Peterborough have looked really inconsistent lately. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jackson can do, because I know McKenna's approach to games is very much individual. What do Posh not cope with well? Has he identified something? Because I don't watch Peterborough every week. I don't know their strengths, their weaknesses. I just know what the stats tell me.
Yeah.
But maybe he's watched them and thought, a bit of pacing behind is what they can't cope with. enter the fray Jackson? Because Ladapo, for all his merits, is not pacey in the same way Jackson is he, Kurt?
No, I think for Ladapo, like I say, I think he's very much your back against the defenders. I think he's very much trying out muscle and try and get shot away. Whereas I think Jackson, you play into the channels, and therefore that's what we will try and find with a front three like Aluko and Chaplin and Jackson.
And he'll run for days as well, won't he? Let's be honest. He's.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. He has got pace to burn. I mean, I would be surprised if he wasn't one of those players that reached a maximum distance when he's on that pitch. When you see these stats about how much he ran, I would be surprised if he's not doing that. Now, obviously, some people could say that it's a lot of running for nothing, really. But again, there are some times where like some teams, it will just help you to completely run it and tire them out. And let's face it, it'd be freezing cold. Whilst I can see the pictures, it doesn't seem bad weather, but I can imagine it's not really nice to play when it's as Baltic as what it is. I know players will warm up, but I can't imagine it's nice to play like that. So hopefully we'll have the upper hand in that aspect.
Better be playing this out on the bench in this weather, that's for absolute sure. James, surprise Jackson up top. Here's our go-to away striker. Harp, strong lineup. Should be a few goals today, hopefully in our favour. Burnley Town, we're lucky that Sheffield Wednesday slipped, but yes, we were very lucky. Burnley, absolutely. Wazza Ladapo, we have to play long balls. Gino, just happy to get a win today. I absolutely agree with that, Gino. Welcome in. Aluko, man on the screen there, back in the starting 11. I'm not Sonny's biggest fan. I'm going to be brutally honest. Stats do not tell me we're going to get a flurry of goals or assists from him today. That may be incorrect. He may come back with a bang, of course. But the stats, don't suggest we're bringing back a real creative force. What are your thoughts on Aluko being back? Good to see him back from injury, don't get me wrong, but what are your thoughts on him returning?
He's an experienced head in the lineup. I think what he does well is that ball does stick to his feet, whilst the actual end product of what he then does with the ball isn't amazing. And as you say, the stats aren't there to back up any of the finishing touches that he does have. I think just to have a calm, collected head in a game like today, where the ball will possibly stick to his feet, where he can maybe run with the ball a bit, keep control of it. I think he will do that job. He will do that job quite nicely. However, I think when you've been out for quite a while, like he has, I think putting him in from the start, I think at most what you're going to probably get 45, maybe 50, 60 minutes from him. But I'd imagine towards the end of the first half, he might even start to tire out a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, like I say, he could come back with an absolute bang. He could make us eat our words. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him get an assist. I'd like to see him get a goal. But for me personally, it's a bit of an odd choice to throw him in right from the start after such a long injury. And for me, with all the sports science stuff, I mean, I'm sure they've took all the protocols that they have.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a bit harsh to Edwards, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. When you've got a player like Edwards, who you can bring off and then bring on Aluko and warm him up, because as far as I'm aware, he's only done training. I don't think there's been any practice matches or anything. So when you've got players like Edwards, who you can bring off and then bring Aluko on for 20 minutes, half an hour, anything like that, I think it is a bit harsh, but. I mean, I don't know McKenna's game plan. I think he does want the ball to stick to our feet a little bit. So maybe that's his plan. Maybe he knows that Aluko's not going to set the world on fire. However, he does possess that experienced head, which, to be fair, I think in a game like Fleetwood last week, I think we were possibly missing someone just to keep the ball. Don't do anything messy. Don't do anything rash. Just keep the ball and do what you need to do. So I think that's why he's probably put him in.
Technically very good, as you say. Absolutely, yeah. Keeps the ball, sticky control. Yeah, I agree with all those things. I just would like to see a few more goals and assists. Now he's back on his name, on his stat sheet. Because that's the bread and butter, if you like. That's what anybody looking in January for a player to come into this team will be looking at one thing: their stats, because stats are the facts of your tape. And good player, technically good. Just I'm not quite sure he's as good as people sort of make him out to be. But we'll see. Burnley, I think Columbus brings something different. I agree with that. Burnley, absolutely. I haven't seen Alex Griffin's TikTok video today. No, I've not seen anything today. I mean, we started late as it was, to be fair, as Kurt will tell you. So, again, all my fault. Totally my fault. Totally. Right. As we close up the pre-game show, we are live, obviously, on the full-time whistle. The moment the whistle goes, whether you're there, at home, in the car, walking back to the station, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, we are live at full time. You can join us via Facebook or YouTube. And we'd invite you to get involved as well. Have your say, live link, live chat. It is the fan platform for fans, by fans. To have your say, one club, one community, one Ipswich Town. Right, 3 questions to end the show. Your player of the match. Who do you think will be player of the match today?
I'm hoping Chaplin today. I think he had that kind of flicker in the cup game a couple of weeks ago where it seemed like he was getting back onto form and he kind of disappeared again. But I think the league is where it matters. We need to kick on these players now who are dropping out of form. They need to quickly get back onto it. So I'd like to hope Chaplin will be onto a bit of a stormer today.
Okay, I'm going to go Jackson. I think Jackson, from memory, plays fairly well against Peterborough most times. I got a lot more faith in him than a lot of people, granted. But yeah, I'm going to go Jackson for who I think will be player of the game. One player we'll be talking about at full time. Could be good reasons, bad reasons, indifferent reasons, different to the player of the match. Who do you think we'll be talking about at full time?
Humphreys for me.
Oh, okay.
I think Humphreys for me. I think I get a game like today, early kickoff, cold. This Peterborough team, like you said, they've been so inconsistent of late, especially with McAntony going on that little rant that he has done recently.
Oh yes, he did.
I feel like there might be a few challenges left in, a few tough challenges going in, and therefore it's up to him how he deals with that. I've got faith in him, but we'll see how he goes with today.
We certainly will. I'm gonna go Luco. And for positive reason, I think he's gonna get a goal today. I think after what I've said in the pre-game, I think he's gonna get a goal. I think Luco's gonna come back with a bang, look really good. And I think we're talking about Sonny Aluko and the positivity of him being back. We shall see. Mm-hmm. Score prediction then, my friend.
I'm going 2-1 Town.
2-1 Town. Like it. I'm going to go 3-1 Town then in that case. I'll change my 2 to a 3. And I'm going to go Jack Marriott with their goal because it's old boys returning. And I'm going to go for obviously Aluko, Jackson 2. Fuck it. Go all in.
Interesting.
Move those motherfucking chips straight in the middle, son. There we go. Bosh. Right. Bosh. We are back at full time. As I've said, Harp says, look at all those Ipswich bobble hats, 3-0 Town. Max Fax 3-0. Rax Max 3-1 Town. Love those. Right. See what full time, my friends. The players should be out any moment now. But yeah, we'll catch you at full time. You make me smile when I think of you. If I